All right, y'all, with the 02 Yz250f. This was a car mechanic. He really rebuilt the motor himself. And like I said, he did a pretty good job. He did a good job, actually. He put new bolts, new screws, everything around the motor. The motor looked real neat, nice and neat, not oily. But the main problems he was having is that the bike is not starting. The kickstart won't come back up, it'll stay down. Yeah, so he pretty much just want me to run through everything, but he said the bike have good spark, so that's a good thing. The bike got spark, so I'm just gonna check the valve clearance. We just gonna run through everything to see what's going on while it's not starting. And other than that, we're gonna go from there. All right, y'all, so I got the gas tank and the seat off. It really wasn't bolted up anyways, but first thing we're gonna start with, we're gonna take this cam cover off and we're gonna check all the valve clearances first. That's what we're gonna start with. And we're gonna, I'm just gonna double check and see if it has spark just to make sure so I can see it. Then other than that, we're gonna go from there. All right, y'all, so I got the cam cover off. And as you can see, I took the spark plug out so we can just check and see if it has spark. As you can see, it definitely got nice spark on it. So it's definitely getting spark. So he was even definitely right about that, but I just wanted to double check to make sure so I can see it with my eyes. So the next thing we're gonna do, y'all, the next step we're gonna check the valve clearances. And we're gonna see if any of the valves is tight. And because if the valves is too tight, if there's no clearance between them, that can cause no compression too. So we're gonna check that, then we're gonna go from there. All right, y'all, like I said, you always put it at top dead center before you check the valve clearances. So it could be, you know, it can go through nice and smooth. And there's, let's check. We're gonna start with the intake clearance. Okay, as you can see, the right intake valve clearance is good. Okay, it's kind of tight up in here, y'all. Okay, it's sliding through this one. Pretty smooth. That's kind of loose, but it's still sliding through, so that's not the issue. Now we're gonna check the exhaust side, y'all. Kind of tight up in there. Okay, boom. That one is too tight. The front right exhaust valve clearance is too tight. Now we're gonna check the left. The left clearance. Okay. Yeah, y'all, that left exhaust valve clearance is too tight too. So we gonna shim these. We gonna adjust the valves on the exhaust side, and I might as well adjust this left intake too, cause that was a little too loose, y'all. That was too much clearance. But these the main problems right here. That the two exhaust valve clearances is too tight. So we just gonna adjust the valves, and we're gonna see what happened from there. Then we're gonna go from there. And I'm gonna also check the timing also, y'all, just to make sure he on point and his marks line up good. Then we're gonna go from there. All right, y'all, so what I went ahead and did was I adjusted the valves. So all the valves is adjusted like perfectly. But so another thing I noticed is that the bike still don't have compression. So what that means is that since it still don't have compression and the valves is adjusted, that means either a valve is leaking or maybe he didn't put the piston in right or something else of that type of sort or whatever. So what I'm gonna do is pull the top end off, y'all, just to see what kind of problems going on inside of there. Because like I said, the bike has spark. I adjusted the valves, so the valves is perfect, and the bike still don't have that much compression. So I'm just gonna pull the top end off, y'all, and then we gonna go from there. All right, y'all, so I went ahead and tore the bike down completely, tore the top end down. And as you can see, he definitely rebuilt it for sure. It's a brand new crank, brand new piston. The piston is still perfect. The rings and everything is still perfect and good, the oil rings. But one thing with the head, one thing I noticed the problem is that, oh yeah, by the way, his cylinder is perfect. Yeah, his cylinder is perfect, y'all. It's a brand new cylinder. So the cylinder's still A1. But one thing with this cylinder I noticed is that, yeah, he put new valves in it now. He put new valves, and this kind of year, it have 3 valves on the intake. And as you can see, I shimmed it and everything, y'all. It's shimmed. It got the smallest shim on this middle intake valve right here, the smallest shim. So what's pretty much happening, y'all, is all the valves was shimmed. I shimmed all the valves perfectly. As you can see, this cam can move nice and smooth. This one is stuck. So I shimmed all the valves perfectly. But one thing with this middle valve that I noticed, as you can see, that's the smallest shim that could go on a valve, which is 1.20. And as you can see, the middle valve is still open, which would cause definitely no compression. It's not gonna get no compression if that valve is stuck open. And so one thing that would cause that is that when he blowed the bike up, his seats could be bad. His valve seats could either be bad. You know, he having a problem with his seats. His seats probably bad. And so what he will have to do is probably get him another valve head. You know, so he might have to get him another valve head, y'all, to fix the problem, because everything else is new, like the valves and everything. Yeah, because as you can see, man, the seat on that middle one is just worn out, man. The seat, see how that seat is just more farther in there than the rest of them? The seat is just worn out. You know, and that's what's causing the problem, y'all. So he gonna have to get him a new head, a new valve head. And probably, you know, I'd rather go with OEM valves. You know, I try to stay as close to original as possible. So, you know, but he got a kibble with valve kit in here. But yeah, y'all, we're gonna see what he wanna do. But yeah, that's the only problem. That's what's causing it right there, y'all. But we're gonna see what he wanna do, and then we're gonna go from there.